今天是我们第100集的 podcast， 那因为我们长期的教学经验给我们十足的资源，让我们能够制作出这么多的单元给听众，所以今天要来个非常不一样的，也就是 live 的20分钟现场教学，要把这个单元献给我们的学生。那在今天的教学体验中，我们要来探讨该如何突破口说的恐惧，还有跳脱中翻英的困境。那今天我们邀请到了来宾芳庭，他之前在创投工作，那现在是一位文青的创作者，他有自己的公司跟自己的产品。那他跟很多人都一样，在必须要用到第二语言的时候，都会遇到不知道该怎么开始的困境。那今天就由我跟 Nick 现场教学，那也希望大家能够从中间学到实用的知识。Hello， 欢迎来到 Executive Plus 主管双语沟通力的 podcast。我们希望带给大家最实用的沟通工具，包括了成功人士对全球市场的分享，职场英语的技能，跨文化沟通技巧，与其他能帮助您成为出色领导者的工具。Hi, I'm Sherry, founder of Executive Plus. As a language trainer and certified coach, I've trained hundreds of managers from Fortune 500 companies such as Dior, Google, Deloitte, and Yahoo.And
I'm Nick, Director of Communication Strategy at Presentality. I've helped startups raise millions of US dollars in funding and train the executives of publicly listed companies to present on the global stage.
Welcome to the Executive Plus podcast,
where you can take your communication and language skills from good to great. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Executive Plus podcast.Now, today's something special because we've officially hit 100 episodes.
Woo-hoo!
In light of our hitting 100 episodes, we have a special announcement.
那在这一年，我们持续收到了同学来信询问我们是否要推出订阅制的方案，提供更及时、更多元的教学内容。所以我们希望有一个问卷，那在这个问卷，我们希望收集到更多的资讯，了解大家的需求。那也希望给大家一个全新的订阅制语言教学工具，能够让你的沟通力从 A 到 A 加。所以所有填写这个 survey 的朋友都可以得到我们的免费的讲义。那这个讲义的内容包括了5个让你轻松控场国际视讯会议的技巧。It's something really special， 而且这个讲义总共有6页 so it's quite substantial and really hope you guys can go ahead and fill out the survey for us. 那这个连结都在我们的 information 下面 So yeah, let's get into our very special lesson today.Hi everyone, today we have a special guest. Her name is芳庭and she has her own business. Today we're going to talk a little bit about her questions about how do you speak English more fluently. So let's welcome. Hi 芳庭
Hello.
所以你现在有你自己的一个手写算是一个小公司吗？
对，是一个小工作室。
所以你之前有跟我们说，就是当你在介绍你的产品上，尤其是跟外国人的时候，会感受到比较卡卡的感觉，对不对？
对，因为像我们这些文创商品，那它其实就是我们有时候会去摆一些市集嘛。对，那外国人可能来逛这个市集经过的时候就会好奇这个东西，就会问，毕竟是中文还算很美的，所以大家会问。那第一时间有时候就会不知道该怎么样，就是很快速的跟他们对话，吸引他们的注意力这样子。
OK， 所以我们刚刚有在聊这一点。那其实刚刚 Nick 他就第一个问题就是说 He's curious about how you usually talk about the product in Chinese.
如果用中文介绍的话，我就会说这个是很有温度的手写字哦，就是跟你们一般在外面看到的电脑字是不一样的，它看起来非常的温暖。对，那其实中文很美嘛，就是每一个字其实都会像一个符号或是一个画，所以我把整体呈现，然后就是呈现我自己个人的手写风格。对，我大概会这样介绍。
对，But you know, I think it is hard to translate
Yes.
that directly.
Yeah, direct translation will always be difficult. And I think part of also what makes it hard is your introduction is quite long. So if you just translate to English, you have to remember a lot of things, right? And so I would say the first place that we can work on is just focusing on one key idea in English that you want someone to know. So if I was to ask you in Chinese, what makes your handwriting, what makes your style very special, what would you say in Chinese?
Like, what's your main point that you're trying to come across? 所以你刚刚讲到这是很有温度的东西 right? So she wants to talk about her writing being very, like, how would you say it? Warmth? Projects warmth?
Warm and gentle, I guess.
I don't know.
But even in Chinese, if you were to describe more about your handwriting style, what would you say?
比较温柔，
温柔，
对，温柔，然后有点像跳动，有点像就是中文的英文书写体那种感觉。
Oh, okay. So it's more gentle. It has more movement, right? Yeah.
And before, when we were just chatting, you talked about what ways do people like to use the handwriting? I think you talked about like a wedding invitation or other places. Where do people use your handwriting?
大部分的话会是像新人，就是对他们要 wedding， 就是准备结婚的新人会想要我的字体，然后或者是一些企业活动，他们可能会有 VIP 的一个 event， 然后他们会需要手写的贵宾邀请卡或是桌牌，然后还有一些小型的品牌，他们可能像是甜点店啊、面包店、咖啡店等等，他们需要的字体是给人家很温暖的，对，所以就会想要用我的字体这样。
So we have like, for example, in weddings, right? Pastry shops, small cafes, logos on a mug, perhaps, right? 在马克杯上面嘛，有可能。Yeah, so like on simple products, so basically like logo and just like really beautiful words, right? Okay.
Well, it feels like for the handwriting style, it's important to these customers or these brands that it feels more personal, right? Because if you use a computer, even the font is very pretty.
Yes.
It doesn't feel personal. It feels a little cold.
Yes. 非常的人。
But for wedding invitation, for VIP invitation, for a cafe that you want to feel more like family cafe, then they want that warmer, personal feeling and connection. Right?
Yeah. 我觉得这个翻译会蛮好的，因为我们中文常讲到温度，那其实在英文来讲，我们会比较想讲到是 personal 还有 connection, right? 你就是跟人家有这种连结嘛，你才有这个温度嘛。所以 it seems like that's kind of her first thing that would capture the audience. Would you think so? Like personal warmth and forming that connection with the letters.
Right. So what I'm trying to figure out is, again, how she can start to introduce that difference. Also, because for a foreigner, when I think of handwriting in Chinese, I usually think about at the National Palace Museum, the old Chinese scroll where every word is, like very straight. But that feeling's very different, right?
你说像书法？
对，有点像书法。
Because it's like very
直
Yeah, like straight and more formal setting. But then the way that Fanting is using her words is more against that personal warmth. And so this is the big idea. And so what we do is when you're introducing, again, it goes main idea, very short and clean, and then detail you can talk about longer. For your introduction is the same as you do in Chinese. Everything here is handwritten products. And then you can say is the reason why I like the handwritten products is because with my handwriting style, it's very warm. It has a lot of movement and it feels personal.
了解。
So the beginning is very short. It's like everything here is my personal handwriting product. And then the long idea is people will usually hire me to handwrite things that feel warm, feel more personal, and have movement. It's really good for wedding invitation, VIP invitation, or logo for personal business like a cafe.
了解。
所以通常我们在做这种，我们先不要去想翻译，因为通常翻译真的你会觉得你有点卡在说中文的陈述的方式，好像你要完全用然后转成英文，但是英文其实就像我们现在在做这个 exercise 一样，我们会先了解说我们的大方向在哪里，然后我们的细节在哪里。所以大方向就是你的是一个非常温度，是一个很 personal 的一个手写的字体。那这个字体呢，它可以在什么样的场合什么样的产品去使用，所以我们就是用这种有点是慢慢加上去，从短到长句的方式，
就慢慢加上，
对，慢慢加。其实这样子呢，你就可以很清楚的表达，大概在3句，你就可以完整的去 introduce 你这个的产品。
了解。对啊，因为其实像现在我们台湾很多市集嘛，那逛的人真的很多，但是像如果说像我是学美术或是艺术出身的，其实英文就是对于一般的学系的学生就是学的比较少，所以真的如果可以用这么简短的句子，然后快速去表现我的作品，所以我觉得它会是很加分的。
Yeah. 因为通常我觉得我们就是卡在一个要怎么破冰，
对，这也是很难，就是很想要跟外国人聊天，对，但是会听听他们的意见，但是有时候可能就真的是两方微笑，就一个 smile 国际语言，对，就解决了一切。对啊。
Because a lot of times it's not just about language barrier, it's about getting your ideas out. You know, sometimes if we think我们一定要讲说很多东西，这个时候我们的脑海里面就会卡住，因为我们觉得说我一定要讲100个东西讲出来，这个时候我们自己会有给自己设限。但是其实如果你从很简单的开始的话，不管你的语言程度怎么样，对什么样的这种情况，尤其是这种情况你突然间要来表达这情况，我觉得都是一个很有效的一个方式。
Before we help you any further, I'd be curious, can you quickly give us an example in English of introducing your product?
Wow. 现在吗？
Yeah.
Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. We will help.
This is on my handwriting. Is warm. 哎呀I don't know, sorry.
That's okay. So 你觉得第2句你想要陈述什么？
它跟电脑字不一样，是它具有温暖。
Okay.
Yes.
So you want to talk about 不一样 right?
Different.
还有温暖。
Yes.
好 OK， 我觉得我们可以，那如果你不一样跟温暖这2个东西你想把它讲出来， how would you say that? 你用很简单的句型就好了，不用把它想得太复杂。
It's different our from.
So it's different, yeah. From computer.
Continue.
Yeah.
It's different from computer.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah, that's it. 还有呢，那个你刚刚说的温暖。
It's making feel warm. 好 ，next 下一句就会说用在什么，就开始讲大方向了。
OK，
对，像 like 像这些像my handwriting is 会用在一些咖啡店，和一些 logo 上，对
，OK，
我该怎么讲
？No, I mean again, keep it very simple. It's like my handwriting is perfect for cafe logos or wedding invitations.
My handwriting is
perfect for. Yeah, or my handwriting is good for.
Yeah.
Good for.
You can choose an adjective to describe, because again, you're describing where do we put it. Like, my handwriting is perfect for
wedding card.
Yeah, for wedding invitation, for VIP invitation, or logos for like a cafe.
Oh, so good. My handwriting perfect for waiting for VIP or logo or coffee. 所以很多地方都可以看到我的字。
OK，
这是可以这样讲的吗？还是
No, you can't even say it. Where can people see your work in Taipei?
Yes.
Okay. So you could say there are many places in Taipei where you can see my handwriting.
或者你也可以讲说 You can find my handwriting in many places. 一样非常简单的句型方式 You can find 什么东西 my handwriting in many places, right? Well, I think that's pretty good, right? Yeah. As a very brief introduction. So maybe we should try to put it together.
Put together. Wow. Okay. Let me try it. Hello, this is all my handwriting. It's different from computer phone. And my handwriting perfect for waiting car, for VIP, for logo, for coffee shop. Yes. And you can find my handwriting in many places.
Yeah. Very, very simple. Nothing is very difficult.
Thank you so much. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, 当然有一个很重要，就是很多人会觉得说我的句型一定要跟中文一样，非常优美啊，对。但是其实你要把 idea 先讲出来，其实你的句型可以很简单。那另外，其实刚刚有另外一个字，像 perfect， 如果你不习惯去讲这个字好了，比如说你的重音，有的时候你不太确定要放在哪边 ，OK， 是 perfect 还是 perfect？ 有时候有些人他可能会突然间会脑子一片空白，那这个时候我觉得我们就可以想另外一个字。Maybe there's another word 是你比较舒服，你用起来你会觉得比较舒服的。我觉得这个也是我们可以去想一想。So 如果对你来讲，你可能会觉得说 good会比较好用，或者是甚至你可以以后 move 到什么 fantastic 像这样子的 adjectives 也可以。Yeah. So what do you think? 你觉得你的这个字 perfect还是 good 你觉得是比较好用的在句子里面？
应该是 good. Yes.
所以我们有的时候我们一刚开始可以就是用我们自己觉得很好用的字，很好讲的字，先从这个地方开始。
And I think what happens is, again, when you think about translating, you try and go everything in your head. But what this is, we can just go from very easy and then over time make it more complicated. So for example, right now this is all my handwriting. It's different from the computer because Chinese handwriting is much warmer and more personal. Yeah. And then it's good for wedding card, VIP invitation, or small company logo. So if you'll see, each sentence is just getting a little bit longer and longer.
就是短，然后慢慢的变长。对，了解。
Yeah. So you can think of it in terms of breathing instead of being like, this is all my handwriting. It's great for all these things and it's so warm. And your brain cannot catch up. Yeah. Same when I speak Chinese. My thought in English may be very long, but what I say in Chinese must be short.
了解，谢谢。
那其实还有另外一个 trick， 虽然我们用的是短的句子，那很多人会觉得说我用短的句子会不会听起来不太够专业，但这个时候我们就还是要想要怎么样让我们的声音也能够等于说 play a part， 你的声音也是有你的声音的工作嘛，对不对？所以我们有一点是当你比如说很多人在讲话的时候他不是很确定，他自己有点没自信，他的那个 intonation 他的尾音就会往上，很自然的，这是自己听不出来的。所以这个时候我们自己要小心，我们在做产品介绍的时候你要非常的有自信，你要让人家听得到你的自信。 So these are my handwritings. OK， 很有自信。那如果你是尾音上扬的，就有的时候会变 These are my handwritings， 你知道听起来就会有点好像不确定。 So 这个时候我们的那个 intonation 我们的口音啊就是变得非常的重要，虽然句子很短但是你听起来是很有自信的，对方也会感受到你的自信。
了解。
那这个就是专业。
如果所以像第一句的话就是This is all my handwriting.
Yeah, this is all my handwriting. 然后有点是你会发现的 intonation 往上再往下，有没有那种声音的那种弧度啦，有点像就跟你写字有它的那种活泼感，它有它的 movement 动作，那这个声音其实也是一样的。
好神奇哦而且之前有听到你有讲到一集 podcast 是讲说如何用声音让这个感觉听起来更高级。
Yes.
对
Exactly, yeah.
有学到了
Yeah, so definitely have a little bit of that. 你可以把那个放进去，对啊。所以我不知道你想不想再试一次。
可以啊，
把你的声音也是把它放进去我们刚刚讲的几句话。
好 Let me try. Hello, this is all my handwriting. Yes, it's much warm and personal. What? different computer phone. My handwriting is good for wedding card, for VIP, for our logo or coffee shop. You can find my handwriting in many places.
Many places.
Places.
Yeah, very good. In many places. Good.
And because we've talked about going from short to long to longer. One option, in order to give yourself more time to think, is you can go short, long, short, long. So if we moved your sentences around, it may be like this, is these are all my handwriting. Different from computer fonts, handwriting is more warm and personal. You can see it in many places, like wedding invitations or VIP cards or many cafes logos or small business logos. So there we just change the order. So you don't have to think long. You're just so it's like short, this is my handwriting. Long, different from computer fonts, it's more warm and personal. Then short, you can see my writing in many places. And then long, it's great for wedding invitations, etc. So you can build that. And what happens is, during the short, you can think about long. This is my handwriting. It's different from computer font because it's more warm and personal.
了解就是短长，然后在短的时间我就可以有时间去思考下一句要讲什么。
对对，没错。
谢谢 Nick。
所以我们来试试看，用短一点长一点的句子交错的方式。
And remember to have the confidence.
Yes, confidence.
好 Hello, this is all my handwritings. It is different from computer phones because I try to make it more warm and personal. You can find my work in many places, like wedding cards, VIP invitation, logos for small cafe.
All right.
Thank you.
How do you feel? 你觉得呢？
这样就是可以用很简单的英文来去直接讲我的作品的，对，让他很快速了解我的作品，很棒很棒。但如果下一步我就是希望可以讲到说，我透过英文可以让他就觉得说，哇，好感动，我就可以马上购买，这个是再更一步，更进一步的，
就是马上买单，是不是？
对对对，像中文业务那种高级业务。
And then what this also does is it gives you an easy starting place that as you're more comfortable, you can change some words. So for example, right now he said, this is all my handwriting. It's different than computer fonts because calligraphy is more warm and personal. Because usually for fancy handwriting, we use the term calligraphy.
Yeah.
When you're comfortable, then you can just start to change one word. You don't need to change the whole thought.
了解，可以改变其中几个字。
对，因为通常我们在英文在讲这种手写的，我们会用 calligraphy 这个字去代替。那 calligraphy 我们通常以为是书法，但它其实就是手写字。
Well, like very beautiful handwritten.
Beautiful, not ugly handwriting.
Like my handwriting is not calligraphy. But like your handwriting, it counts.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can just start to change words. You don't have to change the whole sentence, just change words to be more specific. Or like before he says, I make my calligraphy more warm and personal. But before you talked about your handwriting should feel like it moves, right? So you can add that. It's like, I want my handwriting to feel warm and lively and personal.
了解了解。
Yeah, or warm and personal and have movement.
所以可以越来越多你想要去讲的一些 idea 慢慢的加上去。
是。
对，但刚开始就是把最直接最简单的 idea 先讲出来，就其实这样子就很清楚了。对。
好，下次去摆市集可以用。
Exactly, yeah. Just practice a few times. 有的时候其实你已经做了你的基本的 introduction， 对方他可能就会直接問你問題，他就可能就好奇，他就問你問題，你的這個 conversation 就帶起來了。Yeah. So we hope it's very useful.
对，有非常实用，而且很好玩。
Yeah. So hopefully, you can definitely use that. 你可以開始使用它。
好，
越用越多次，其實你慢慢就會越來越上手。
沒問題，謝謝 Sherry 跟 Nick。
No problem. We hope that you enjoyed our conversation with Fanting. For people interested in how we look at this technique, there's one thing that I want to emphasize with you before is this is not actually meant as an on-site interpretation or translation technique, but like in Fanting's case, it's very often that people have to answer the same question over and over again or introduce the same thing over and over again, and they get a bit stuck because they're just trying to translate directly. And so what we want to work with you on is if you have a little bit more time to plan, what are the steps you can take to build out not really a translation, but to make sure that the key ideas that you want to give in a second language are there. So it's just a simple 3-step breakdown. The first step is actually deciding what the key idea of your message is. For Fanting, it's the idea that handwriting is a lot more warm and personal, so we're going to build a lot of what she says around this idea. Don't focus on the word-for-word translation, just decide what is it they must know.
Exactly. 所以当你已经大概知道你的 key idea 是什么，那你可以再想说 OK 还有什么样子 information 我希望提供给大家。那在方婷的这个 case 嘛，我们刚刚讲到它的最重要的都是 personal warmth, right? 那在接下来他也想要提到说，比如说他的字体可以在很多的 coffee shops, logo 可能不同的一些 independent 的小店可以找得到。那这一些就是一些 detail， 就是我们在之后就可以去 cover 到的。
And then the last step, as we worked with Fanting, is to break the ideas into short and long. Short, because it's easy to say. It also gives you a bit of time to think about what you want to say next. And then long is those details that you really want someone to understand better. So in the case of Fanting, it went short. This is all my handwriting. Long. Different from computer fonts, handwriting can be a lot more warm and personal. And then short. You can find my work in many places. Long, like on wedding cards, VIP invitations, and logos for small cafes. Again, you're doing short, long, short, long. Key idea, details to support idea. Key idea, details to support idea. And there's nothing about that that doesn't sound professional or doesn't sound native.
Exactly. 所以其实当你在讲 short sentence 的时候，你的脑海里面就可以在想说 OK 等一下的 detail 是什么，所以 short sentence 给你一个时间去想你待会儿想讲的。 So short long 它其实是一个非常好的 techniques。 那其实你不用害怕，大部分的情况我们大概讲了4-5句或到4到6句之后呢，其实对方可能就会给你一个问题啊，所以这个 conversation 就是已经可以变，也可以 carried on. So the whole idea is that you start this very short introduction to kind of carry it on, to carry the message forward or carry the conversation forward.
And then I gave Fanting one last advanced tip. For those of you whose English level is at a higher point, you can still follow these steps. Just add one more thing, which is start to swap out difficult words or difficult terms. So in the case of Fanting, she can go from handwriting to calligraphy. She can move on from warm and personal to warm, lively, and personal. The movement of her text. So it's not a matter of changing things drastically. It's piece by piece as you're comfortable. Swap out those more difficult or those more detail-oriented terms.
那如果大家有任何的听众朋友也希望能够透过这个 podcast 得到免费授课的这个机会请大家写信写 email 给我们到 sherry@epstyleplus.com 那个就是 epstyle STYLEPLUS.com 或者呢直接上我们的 Facebook 主管英文然后联络我们 So I think this is really fun and I hope this is super useful for you guys.
We'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
如果你喜欢我们的 podcast 欢迎来追踪我们的主管英文 Executive Plus 的 Facebook那也可以写信到我们的信箱yourcareerplus@gmail.com